Lyme disease is the fastest growing tick-borne infectious disease in the United States. According to the CDC, the disease infects well over 300,000 people each year. One of its victims was Ali Hilfiger, who suffered excruciating pain for more than 11 years while battling Lyme disease. Hilfiger's ordeal began at the age of 7 when she was bitten by a tick. Her test for Lyme disease was inconclusive, so, along with the often unbearable pain, years of misdiagnosis followed. At first, she was thought to have nothing more serious than growing pains. Then at 11, it was rheumatoid arthritis or maybe multiple sclerosis. At 16, it was fibromyalgia. Then, when she was 19, her desperate father, Tommy Hilfiger, convinced that her problems stemmed from drug addiction, had her committed to a psychiatric hospital. It was only after she left the hospital that she was finally correctly diagnosed. Hilfiger told the incredible story of her long and painful struggle in her best-selling book, Bite Me: How Lyme Disease Stole My Childhood, Made Me Crazy, and Almost Killed Me. The book is now out in paperback, and Ali Hilfiger joins me now to give us the latest on her health and on the battle against the devastating disease. Ali, welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me, Raphael.
Now, Ali, I wonder if you can elaborate on what I said about your story in the introduction, how you got the disease, and the 9 circles of hell that you endured before you were correctly diagnosed.
Absolutely. Well, I was bit by a tick at the age of 7, and I experienced an array of different symptoms from joint pain, fatigue, strep throat, and then it became more neurological, and my brain would start to shut down slowly but surely. My memory would go. It became difficult to function in school with my peers. I would faint a lot. I think I had low blood pressure problems along with the Lyme disease. And, the disease was growing in my body and I had no idea. It finally attacked my brain and I had a nervous breakdown, and that was due to Lyme disease.
And in the book, you clearly make the point that there were 2 parallel miseries. One was all the physical effects, and the other is not having an idea as to why you were having those effects.
Right. And you also look great on the outside. You look perfectly normal, like nothing is ever wrong, and people think, she's sick? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. And that's sometimes very frustrating for a lot of the patients because you feel unvalidated. And so once I got out of the hospital and I was properly diagnosed, after years of misdiagnosis, I felt like I had won the lottery. I felt validated.
And how did that happen? When did the moment come when somebody said, oh yeah, you have Lyme disease?
The moment happened a couple of times throughout my childhood, but I guess the disease wasn't out of hiding enough for it to be properly identified. However, the psychiatrist at the hospital added up everything that I was explaining to her, and she said, have you ever been tested for Lyme disease? And I said, oh yeah, many times, but it was either borderline or not positive enough or whatever. And she said, we're going to test you again. Got my test, got my diagnosis, and it was like through the roof, no question about it, along with a co-infection. And a lot of the ticks nowadays carry many co-infections.
Oh, wow.
Mine was babesiosis, which is like the cousin to malaria. And so fevers and night sweats and headaches came along with the rest of it.
Now, it took the medical profession 11 years to finally correctly diagnose us. And correct my wording on here. I think in part, you say in part, it was because there was a bias, at least among some in the medical profession, against diagnosing Lyme disease. And in fact, that some doctors, at least when you were diagnosed or the years that you suffered, did not believe that there was such a thing as Lyme disease. Has that changed?
Absolutely. And it's not that they necessarily didn't believe that it existed. Along with the failure in the testing protocols and how archaic the testing is, the system doesn't allow the doctors to have a scientific, concrete result. Therefore, I think half of the medical community is split. And they think, well, maybe some people have it, but, it's probably an overly diagnosed disease where it's actually really an underdiagnosed disease. And they think that it cannot become chronic, which is so unfortunate.
I should have been a doctor because I know it can.
Well, the thing is that your body doesn't lie to you.
Yeah.
And, I wish I could have lied myself through it. I'm pretty good at that. But, the fact of the matter is now the CDC has recognized that post-treatment Lyme disease, they're calling it, is a persistent form of Lyme disease. And if you've had it for as long as I did, untreated and undiagnosed, the disease multiplies and it grows and it attacks all the different systems, the brain, the stomach, the heart, the joints, and your body is left with weakness.
A different kind of hell began for you after you were correctly diagnosed, because the doctors kept proposing cures that were worse than the disease in many respects. Has that changed? Are doctors now more efficient in devising cures for people with Lyme disease?
Well, right now, there are incredible research groups and nonprofit organizations such as the Global Lyme Alliance and, the Bay Area Lyme Foundation, which are focusing now with major universities on accurate ways to not only test for the disease, but to treat the disease. Antibiotics can only do so much. It's a very complicated disease. There are many different strains of the Borrelia, and everyone's immune system is different. So it's extremely challenging, and they're still doing a lot of research, and they're actually breaking a lot of boundaries and figuring out different ways to help patients.
So that's happening.
It's happening. Yeah. It's slow, but it's happening.
Yeah, and now there's no cure for Lyme disease, correct?
Well, there is a cure if you catch it and treat it immediately, meaning within the first 24 hours of being bitten. So if you find a tick on you, and you don't have to have a bullseye rash, to have Lyme disease. This is such a myth. You do not have to have the target. Yeah,
so the famous target. You see the picture. You had it, right? You had the target.
I did not have a target.
You didn't have it either. Oh.
And a lot of people that I know who are so sick, some of them who have died, have not seen the target. So, I think we have to re-educate not only the layman people, but also the medical community and the doctors.
Well, you're a heck of a woman.
Thank
you so much for joining us once again, and for Bite Me, how Lyme disease stole my childhood, made me crazy, and almost killed me. It's helped a lot of people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
For more information on Lyme disease, tips on how to prevent and diagnose it, as well as on resources and information on Allie Hilfiger's book, please log on to metrofocus.org.